Gaffer, a 3-2 defeat today in our final pre-season friendly. How do you assess that one today?
Well, you know, regardless of whether it's a friendly or not, we're always disappointed to lose any game, but at the same time it was exactly the kind of exercise that we were hoping for. You know, during the League Cup group stage, we haven't been asked a lot of questions defensively. We've had plenty of possession of the ball, we've scored plenty of goals, particularly in the last couple of games, but we designed pre-season with this game in mind, going into the league fixtures, and defensively we were certainly asked questions. We made a couple of mistakes for a couple of the goals early on. Again, things that we can reflect on during the week in the build up to the Rangers game, and it's always good that those kind of things happen in a game like this, where the result is not the be all and end all, but it certainly gives us things to look at, things to improve, and it was a really good few days down in Manchester that we had.
And you said there, result aside, it was actually a real perfect game for yourselves. Big challenges going in. You thought it was a league game.
Yeah, I think it was the perfect game for us. As I said, you know what you're going to get down here in England. Really physical, athletic players. Salford are a team that obviously disappointed last season to just miss out on going up, and this year their expectation and their ambition is to go and try and win the league. A lot of investment here, and I thought they were a really good outfit for us to go and compete against. Lots of pace in the team, lots of physicality at the top end of the pitch, but taking the goals out of it, I thought there was lots of parts of the game that I was really pleased with. I thought some of our build-up play was good. Our decision making in key moments was very, very good. The two goals that we score in the second half were excellent. Not just the two finishes from Jesse and from Jamie, but the overall build up to the goals was very, very pleasing. So as always, lots of stuff for us to work on and improve, but certainly plenty of things there to be positive about as well.
And obviously you fielded 2 11s in either half, and got Mehdi on as well for the last half an hour. So you're giving yourself lots of decisions to make ahead of next Friday, and some players have definitely come to the forefront.
Well, definitely, yeah. I mean, look, I tried to balance the 2 11s to make both teams competitive. There's no decisions being made as of yet in terms of what the starting 11 looks like for the game against Rangers next Friday. There was some great individual performances today, but yeah, it's my job to make sure I get the starting selection right on Friday, which will enable us hopefully to go and get the result we need.
And on the 2 goals here, 2 real good team goals as well. The first one, Dario cuts inside, it's a great finish from Jesse, and the second is a real good move from back to front.
Yeah, and I mean, even if you take the first one back even farther to where, we're playing around with it here in the bottom corner, and Bert Esseling plays a great diagonal pass into the midfield. It gets laid off then back to Dario, and Dario carries on his run, and great finish from Jesse. Really pleased for him. Obviously, it's important for the strikers to continue to score goals. And then the second one, as I said, was really good individual work from Charlie Dewar in the right flank, and a terrific finish from young Jamie Forrest. That's his second goal actually in pre-season for the first team.
So now obviously we've had a couple of results elsewhere which have seen that we've topped the group, and we're now through the Premier Sports Cup group stage. So, something else to really, when you look back, show that the hard work over the last couple of weeks have been worth it.
Yeah, I mean, we had a really nervy wait from the game on Tuesday against Spartans to Saturday. While the game is going on here, we had one eye on what was happening in between Montrose and Spartans, and just delighted that Dougie Samuel and his players could do us a favour. Matty Moody is obviously there on loan, so Matty knew the importance of trying to get a result for Dundee United today. But I'm so pleased that the error that we made at Montrose hasn't come back to cost us. And look, we won 3 out of 4 games quite convincingly in the last 2. You're always on a hiding to nothing in the League Cup, and the objective is always to get through to the last 16, and we've managed to do that. So yes, we relied on other teams, but the boys are really, really pleased in there in the dressing room now to look forward to the draw.
And a word on the fans as well. Over 600 made the trip down, fantastic effort, and unfortunately couldn't be prepared in the result, but hopefully they've seen things that can really build that momentum, build the atmosphere ahead of Friday. The
supporters are they always travel in great numbers no matter where we go, and it was great to see so many orange jerseys in the crowd. Hopefully they can make a good weekend of it down here in Manchester. But yeah, Their commitment is, it never ceases to amaze us. I'm glad they got to see a couple of good goals, albeit they'll obviously be as disappointed as I am to lose the game.
Cheers, Gav.
Thanks, Ernie.